Hey everyone, welcome to Sunburst Heights. My name is Stevie Castanon, and I've got a lot of people not asking for this video on how to make yourself taller in Photoshop. So I thought I'd bring it to you. So this involves using layers and a little bit of generative fill. So check this out. Okay, let's get into this image. So as you can see, it's ladies' weekend at the lake. And Michelle here in the middle, she wants to be about 2 inches taller. How do we do that? Let me show you. First thing we're going to do is hit F7 on the keyboard to open up the layers panel. And I'm going to make a duplicate of this layer by dragging it down to the plus sign. And I'm going to turn it off. I use this for comparison, so before and after. So make sure that this layer is selected on the top. Then we'll go up over here to select. Then go to select and mask. And make sure that this icon is clicked on, the square one. That way we can get these auto selections. So let's double click her. And you can see that it's made the selection. Not too bad. We'll hit OK. So we've got her selected. And we're going to put her on her own layer. And we're going to do that by hitting Ctrl J. And as you can see, there she is on her own layer. Okay, so make sure we have her selected. Now we're going to scale her up. So to do that, we're going to hit Ctrl A to select all. Then we're going to make sure we have the move tool. And you could nudge on your keyboard the arrow key up and then arrow key down. So that selects just this element, not the whole thing. And then we're going to hit Ctrl T to transform it. So we hit Ctrl T, and now we have these handles. And what we can do is scale it up. Right, so let me undo that by hitting Ctrl Z. If I hold down the Shift key and grab a corner, it scales proportionally. So she's taller now, but the face is kind of wide compared to her friends here. So what we could do without holding the Shift key, just grab one of these handles and thin her out a little bit, just so it looks natural. Right about there, then hit Enter. And we'll deselect it. All right, check that out. She grew. Not too bad. And we've got a little area here that needs cleanup, as you can see. And I could just go and select this out. Get rid of it. Go back to the base layer. Still not quite there. We could always grab, say, an eraser and try that method there. Right, and you could refine this stuff. So there she is. She's taller, as you can see. Now, sometimes if you're going to scale something, depending on the geometry of it, you might expose the layer behind it, which has her in it, right? So she's there, but we created a clone of that layer and made it bigger on top. But depending on the geometry, you might see her peeking out there. So what do? What we can do is select all this and fill it with background. So let's click on this layer here. So we didn't have to do it in this example because it looked pretty good, but you might not be so lucky. So let me show you what to do. So grab the lasso, go in here and just make a general selection of where she would be. Okay, now she's selected. And then from there, we want to go up to Edit and go to Content Aware Fill. And so we have this preview of what it tried to do. You see that? Almost some type of hairball there. Well, we want to grab this brush up here and paint out anything that we don't want the program to try to sample from. That includes hair, sweaters. So getting rid of all this stuff here. So look at that. So now it's only sampling from the green area. So you can refine it however you want. I'll hit OK. So look at that. Cleaned it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. We just have to have it believable. So if she did get nudged over, if I select this layer, if we did move her over, we don't see a copy of her in the background, right? Very helpful to do that. All right, so what I want to do from here is do a little cleanup. So see this stuff here? We got this weird stuff going on, right? I'm going to clean this up, but I'm going to do it on a single layer. So what I like to do is click the top layer and hit Ctrl Alt Shift and E. And what it does is takes all these layers, merges them, and puts them onto a single layer. So even if I turn these off, now we're just dealing with one flattened layer. Then I can go in, grab a lasso, go in here and select this and try a generative fill. Hit generate and let's see what it does, because it might do all the work for me. Sometimes it does it right off the bat. Sometimes you have to do it a couple of times. Okay, so that's not bad. That saved me the time of having to go in there with the rubber stamp and clean it up. So, of course, you can refine and get rid of that if you wanted to, but you get the picture. So, let me turn on my original. Before and after. There you go, 3 inches taller. That was pretty easy, right? And remember, this works in reverse. So you want to shrink by about 2 inches? You can do that too. Once again, my name is Stevie Castanon and this is Sunburst Heights, and I'll catch you later.